Hello all, Dan here from GuitarFromTheHeart.com. Today I want to share with you a powerful way to build your confidence on the guitar. Confidence is critical if you want to be an effective guitar player. Just like anything else in life, in order to get confidence, we have to practice and get good at what we're doing, right? So we tend to be less confident at things that we try over and over and we fail at. Say like if you're bad at math, right? You tried your whole life and you're just not good at math, so you don't have a lot of confidence when you see math. Likewise, there are things that we're good at that when we try over and over again, we tend to keep succeeding at those things. And those are things that we have confidence with. So it stands to reason that if we want to build confidence on this thing, the best way is to set ourselves up so that we keep succeeding at what we do. That every time we try, we succeed at playing our notes accurately. All right, so today is an accuracy lesson. I'm talking about accuracy. Accuracy is really important. Okay, let me give a couple of analogies. For example, if someone were to come up to you, right, someone you're close to, and they're like, hey, can you hold my baby for a minute? Right? How would you deal with holding that baby? How would you take that baby? Would you kind of like, as they're giving you the baby, take the baby, but like be doing something else at the same time, not really paying that much attention? No, right? You would make sure you carefully receive that baby, make sure it's in your hand, you bring it close to your body, making sure to protect the baby that you don't make any mistake, because you know you only have one chance. It's a baby, right? It's a life and it's fragile. Likewise, growing up, I used to play football a lot, and my dad used to throw me a ball often, but I couldn't catch for my life, okay? And I would just constantly drop the ball. Now, I was taught, keep your eye on the ball, look the ball into your hands, but I guess I thought I was doing that, but I wasn't really doing it, so every time the ball would come in, I would just drop the ball. I had no skills. But my father never quit on me, and he kept throwing the ball to me. And over time, what happened is it became more and more important to me, and I started to listen to more what I was told. Watch the ball into your hands. And so I would carefully watch the ball all the way into my hands, and I would practice this all the time. And what I found is over time, I kept catching the ball more and more often now that I was following through and making sure I was doing it the right way. Essentially, I became more accurate in my catching, and then with time, that built my confidence. And so to this day, I feel pretty confident if you throw something at me, I'm going to catch it. Okay? So that's essentially what we want to do here, but with this thing, because this is an instrument, and it's a challenge sometimes, because it's a challenge to have confidence, because sometimes this thing is difficult and it's easy to make mistakes on it. Right? So today's lesson, I want to share it with you because I believe it's a very powerful, simple, but yet powerful way that you can build your confidence. Okay, so this is going to be very simple, but effective if you put it to practice. Just like when I said about the baby, we want to treat each note that we play like it's a baby, okay? We want to make sure that before we play the note, go to pick the note, we are effectively having our finger in the right place and we're pressing down and everything feels just right before we pluck. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the major scale. I'm going to do a key of A, so the 5th fret on the 6th string. And you know the major scale pattern from previous videos, and if you have experience, you know the scale. And today we're not going to be practicing really running up and down that scale like that. We're just going to be practicing going about each note in a way that's effective, that's going to build our accuracy and thus increase our confidence. So, playing the A, I'm going to use my middle finger and I'm going to press it down in the sweet spot of the note. And I just want to kind of feel how that feels there as I'm holding down that note. I want it to feel nice and good. I'm relaxed. I'm not tensing overly. I just have it there and I'm feeling just right in the way that I'm holding down that note. And I know that when I pick it, I know it's going to be clean before I pick it. Okay? So this is the pressing before plucking concept. Alright, that feels just right. I know when I pluck this string, it's going to ring out good. Right? Then the next note here, the pinky, the second note, just the right amount of pressure. It feels just right. I'm in a sweet spot. Next note, same thing. I'm taking the baby into my hand, or I'm catching the football into my hand. I'm watching it all the way through. I'm making sure. Yes, that's it. I got it right there. That's it. I know I got this note. I got this, you know? Okay? So the idea here is we're slowing things down and we're making sure that we have time to process everything that's going on. Just like watching a ball into your hands when you catch a ball, we're making sure that we got it, right? Before we pick. You don't turn around and start running with the ball before you catch it. Catch the ball first. So here, press the note down first, pluck it. Alright, good. Next note. And every note, before you go to pluck that string, it should feel absolutely awesome under your finger. You should know that the note is being perfectly played, that you're not, forget about missing it. I mean, you're being fussy here. You want the note to just feel awesome under your fingers. And that's pretty much it. That's what I want to share with you today. This is a very simple concept. However, again, it can be very powerful if you don't just say, oh, that's too simple. I'm just going to, whatever. I'm going to still keep doing how I'm doing. No. Just because it's simple doesn't mean that if you start to apply it, to really apply it, it's not going to make a big difference in your playing. So this can be applied to everything. I'm showing it here in a major scale, but whenever you're playing any type of scale, you can apply this principle of pressing down before you pluck. Say that's the pentatonic there. It can be applied to basically anything. The idea is you want to be sure that that note feels good, that it's going to be clean before you press it. Alright, so this is how we can build our confidence. We don't build our confidence by doing things that are overly challenging. We slow down and we simplify things. We make ourselves sure that we're going to succeed at what we're doing before we go forth with it. And we should approach each note that way. Every time we're learning something new, anything that I can play fast and clean, I've done this process. Okay, whether it was on a subconscious level or whether I deliberately did it, this can be applied while using a metronome and trying to build your speed. And I want to show a little bit more of that in my next video. So stay tuned for that. But if you apply this, believe me, I can't express it enough through a video, but I really feel that if you apply this thing and you start to get it and you see it in the way I'm seeing it, it will massively build your confidence on the guitar. Alright, so that's all for today. Remember, we are doing these things so that we can get our emotion across more effectively, but we have to deal with this technical stuff sometimes to get there, right? But that's it for today. Remember, play the guitar from your heart and have fun with that.